ground wizard. He was the first man to defeat Chuck Liddell in the octagon. Tonight, Jeremy Horn fights at 185 against Chael Sonnen, an up-and-comer from Team Quest. It's our tale of the tape. It's brought to you by Zions Extreme Supplements. Great taste, extreme energy. Available at GNC stores nationwide. This is a pretty darn even matchup between the American Horn, the fellow American Chael Sonnen. All right, so a battle of 185-pound fighters, well decorated in all disciplines. Chael Sonnen and Jeremy Horn here tonight in Los Angeles. There's Chael Sonnen fighting out of West Lynn, Oregon, and Jeremy Horn, who now calls home Salt Lake City, Utah.
You ready? Come on.
And we are set to go. Horn can strike. Horn can submit just about anybody. And he is extremely comfortable on his back.
Beautiful takedown by Chael. We saw that with Trevor Prangley. I mean, he's just a great wrestler.
Very, very smooth. It's a southpaw. He's been working a lot on his stand-up skills.
Chael Sonnen, a realtor and an elected public official. Precinct member, District 22. Did you vote for him?
Of course.
Of course, absolutely.
Jeremy is working the open guard.
Those heels on his hips that allows him to create some space when Chael raises up the punch.
Yeah, Jeremy's very good at avoiding damage from the bottom. He's very smart in how he controls his opponent's upper body.
I'm surprised to see Jeremy dropping a few elbows from that bottom position, which is a very unusual place to be throwing elbows from. He's good at it.
Throwing his arm up.
Sonnen trying to work, and it is difficult to work, as you guys mentioned, from inside the guard of Jeremy Horn.
Nice elbow by Sonnen there.
This fight was supposed to happen in Anaheim about 6-8 weeks ago, but they meet tonight here at the Staples Center. Good connection once and twice by Sonnen over the long legs of Jeremy Horn. You talked about all the smaller shows that Jeremy Horn has fought over the years, Joe, and he has held or still holds about 15 titles in those various shows, and now he's looking to try to finish with the guillotine choke.
I saw how he kept doing that with going towards his right side. Jeremy's got a good guillotine. That is deep.
Can he finish Sonnen here? Will Horn submit Chael Sonnen?
Chael's been in this guillotine before. This is how he lost the last time him and Jeremy fought. So you see Chael fighting hands there, but Jeremy's a wily competitor on the bottom there. You definitely have to watch him.
What does Jeremy have to do to close it here, Joe?
Well, he's doing what he has to do. He's got him in full guard. It's a bad spot for Chael Sonnen. I mean, the only hope here is that Jeremy gets tired.
Jeremy's got the hands held together, get the fingers on the fingers, and
Chael gets clear here.
Chael did a real good job pushing his hand down, getting some space. Good elbow from the bottom, just like Randy was just talking about.
So a nice job done by Chael Sonnen to break through.
Chael does a nice job of staying composed. Again, that was a nice tight guillotine. There is nobody wilier than Jeremy Horn. We call him Gumby for no other reason than he's just very tricky down there and flexible.
I mean, longtime welterweight champion Matt Hughes will tell you over and over again that about 70 or 80% of what he has learned, especially on the ground, has been courtesy of Jeremy Horn. This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Horn on his back right now in the red trunks. Chael Sonnen from Team Quest is in the white trunks. A little red and camouflage for Jeremy Horn. They've got to keep busy on the ground or Herb Dean will stand these two fighters up.
Let's fight. Let's work.
There you hear Herb Dean telling both to push the pace.
All the way up.
But for Sonnen, and he understands this, you have to be extremely cautious when you're trying to work yourself into a favorable position against Jeremy Horn.
He's got to watch an armbar here.
Exactly my point, Randy. Because if you leave a limb exposed, Horn will jump all over it.
He'll lull you to sleep. Ties you up and frustrates you and gets you to overextend yourself, and next thing you know, you find yourself in trouble.
He's really doing a good job of avoiding damage in the bottom here. I mean, a lot of young fighters can learn from Jeremy Horn's technique on the ground. He really is very smart in how he avoids damage and how he keeps the guy on top from ever getting comfortable enough where he can land clean punches and elbows.
Keeps using his heels on those hips to create that space and control that distance. Keeps overhooking those arms, keeping him tied up so he can't land a clean shot.
Herb Dean's going to stand him up. Only 27 seconds remains in round number 1. And a good kick early by Chael Sonnen. And a takedown. Horn back to his backside, and Sonnen is inside the guard, and the final seconds of round number 1 are going to quickly tick away.
The end of the first round.
Horn was the one who came close to finishing this fight in round number 1.
You know, it's very interesting how judges are scoring fights these days, and I'm not exactly sure what the criteria is. With Chael Sonnen, you have 2 takedowns. With Jeremy Horn, you have 1 near submission.
And I think they're weighing, you know, Sonnen spent the majority of the round on top, and even if nothing happens and you're on top of the guy, most judges are looking at that as a dominant.
Yes. Let's take a look at the replay, some of the action from that first round. Here's some punches from Chael Sonnen on the top. None of them landing really cleanly. And here is that guillotine. You see Jeremy keep reaching for that side, and finally catches Chael's neck. Controlling Chael's arm and gets a hold of his other arm. Locks in that tight guillotine choke. But Chael Sonnen able to hang in there and avoid the submission.
In spite of all the experience that Horn has, many will still tell you he's not a guy who's going to knock out his opponent. You trained for a long time with Chael Sonnen. How advanced has, well, we see it go right to the ground, so it's almost a mute question now, but how advanced have his hands become?
Well, he's a good athlete. He's got great athletic ability, and he uses his hands very well, but again, his wrestling is his base. It's his background. When push comes to shove, that's what he's going to rely on.
And Joe,
Jeremy,
we've talked about
armbar again.
Going again.
He's got it locked up.
Does he have it this time?
Oh, this doesn't look good for Chael right here. Trying to slip it.
He is a wizard on the ground. As Sonnen trying to slip that arm out.
He's trying to punch him and get him to let it go. Jeremy let it go.
Jeremy Horn did let the arm
He's
go.
still in danger, though. Still in danger. Jeremy's trying to switch to an omoplata there. Now he's looking for a triangle. If he can get his right leg tucked under his left knee, he's got a triangle here. He's got that one arm in. Jeremy knows it's there.
Sonnen doing a good job of staying postured up here, not letting Jeremy suck him down into this triangle.
Yeah, real good job. And that's one thing you notice about wrestlers. They have amazing posture and core strength, which really helps in avoiding a triangle submission.
Sonnen's got to pay attention here, though. He's going to get into trouble.
From one attempt to the other, it's all over.
Wow.
Armbar victory, Jeremy Horn.
Very
From one
sneaky
submission attempt to another, bam, it's all over, and the ground wizard is victorious.
Very sneaky armbar right there. Let's take a look at the end of that round. Jeremy Horn just came over and gave us a look. Look at this. Beautiful submission. It's like a triangle in front. And he had a scream tap.
Absolutely. Stop. Please stop.
Let's look at that again. That is a very interesting submission here. He's in the guard. It looked like he was looking for a triangle and then switched it to the front. See, he's got a triangle in front, traps both of his arms inside, and he's got an arm bar in there. Very interesting and creative position.
It's like yoga.
And
look at
from
the
the locker
guys.
room.
Yes, very excited.
A great night for the Militich camp is Jeremy Horn reigns supreme with the armbar victory here in the second round against Chael Sonnen. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 17 seconds of the second round. For the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Jeremy